Hey there, have you ever wanted to, actually tell a computer what to do? Well, you're in exactly the right place. Today we are getting started with Python, which is one of the most popular and beginner-friendly programming languages on the planet. I promise in just the next few minutes, you'll have it installed and you'll have written your very first program. So let's jump right in. So, are you ready? Ready to take that very first step from just using a computer to actually commanding it? Think of this as your first quest in the world of programming. And don't worry, we're gonna do it together.
Okay, so before we can start writing code, we need to do something really important. Our computer, well, it doesn't speak Python. Not yet, anyway. Think of it like this. We're about to teach our computer a brand new language, and that's really all installing a programming language means, giving the computer the tools it needs to understand a whole new set of instructions.
And this is a super fundamental step. Without it, any Python code we write is just going to look like a bunch of gibberish to your computer. Installing Python is like giving your machine the dictionary and the grammar book it needs to finally understand what we're about to say.
All right, theory's over. Time to get our hands dirty. Let's walk through the official and, more importantly, the safest way to get Python up and running on your computer.
But wait, before we go downloading stuff, let's do a quick check. You know, some computers, especially Macs, sometimes come with a version of Python already on there. This one little step could save you a bit of time. Okay, so go ahead and open up your terminal that's on Mac or Linux, or the command prompt if you're on Windows. Type this command in exactly as you see it, Python, then a space, 2 hyphens, and the word version. Hit enter. If a version number pops up, awesome. If you get some kind of command not found error, that's totally fine too. It just means we know for sure we need to install it.
Now this part is really, really important. You only want to download Python from its official home, python.org. That's it. This way you know you're getting the real deal, no weird stuff included. Just head to the site, find that big downloads button, and grab the latest stable version. Okay, once you've got that file downloaded, just double-click it to run the installer. It's mostly just clicking Next, but hang on. Pay really close attention to this next part because there's one little checkbox that's going to make your life so much easier later on.
Okay, stop everything. This is it. The single most important part of the whole installation. Before you click anything else, look at the bottom of that first window. You should see a checkbox that says something like Add Python to Path. You have to check that box. Seriously. This little click tells your computer where to find Python no matter what folder you're in. Trust me on this. It's going to save you from so many headaches down the line.
All right, once the progress bar is finished and everything's installed, let's make sure it actually worked. We're going to do the same thing we did at the very beginning, but now we're looking for a different answer. And here's another pro tip. Close any terminal or command prompt windows you had open. You need to open a brand new one for it to see the changes. Now type that command again, python-version, and you should see the new version number you just installed. If you see it, pop the confetti. Python is officially on your machine and ready to go.
So what did we just install, really? We installed the Python interpreter. You might be wondering, what's that? Well, it's the program that actually reads and runs your code. And the cool thing about it is that it goes line by line. If it hits a mistake, it stops right there and tells you about it. This is why Python is so awesome for beginners. It makes finding and fixing your mistakes way, way easier.
All right, this is it, the moment we've been waiting for. All that setup was for this. We're finally ready to write our very first program. It's time to make the computer talk. So to do this, we're going to use a really cool tool called the interactive shell. It's like having a direct conversation with Python, where we can type one command and get a response right away.
So back in that terminal window, just type the word Python all by itself and hit enter. You should see the prompt change. It'll probably look like 3 of these little greater than signs. That's the signal. It means Python is listening and waiting for your command.
Okay, deep breath. Here we go. Your very first line of code. Type this in exactly as you see it. Print, then an open parentheses, a double quote, the words hello world, another double quote, and a closing parentheses. Then hit enter. And boom! Look at that. Right there on the next line, your computer should have printed back, hello world. You did it! For real! You just wrote a computer program and it ran. Take a second to soak that in. That's a huge deal.
Okay, that was awesome, right? But what did we actually do? Seeing it work is one thing, but understanding why it works is where the real power is. So let's quickly break it down.
So that one little line of code actually has 3 main parts.
First, you've got print. That's a function. Think of it as a built-in command that Python already knows. Then you have the parentheses. Their job is to hold the information you're giving to the function. And finally, the stuff inside the quotes, hello world, that's called a string. A string is just text. The quotes tell Python, hey, don't try to understand this as a command, just treat it as plain old text.
And this brings up a super important point about programming. Computers are, well, they're really picky. They're literal. Forgetting the quotes, accidentally capitalizing the P in print, or missing a parentheses, these are all super common mistakes for beginners, and they'll all cause an error. When you're writing code, every little detail matters.
And finally, when you're ready to leave that interactive mode and go back to your normal command prompt, it's super easy. Just type exit dot with the parentheses and hit enter, and you're out.
So, there you have it. In just a few minutes, you installed a powerful programming language, you opened a direct line of communication with your computer, and you gave it its first command. You've officially taken that first huge step into the world of programming. The only question now is, what comes next? What are you going to build?